Today is the 250th birthday of the Declaration of Independence. Did you know that? Or did your school teachers tell you it's next year in 1776? Now, there'll be a lot of celebrations next year, but why don't you start celebrating today when the Declaration was actually written by a bunch of patriots here in North Carolina? At the time of May 20th, what you should know is that we had leaders all over the area already meeting. They were getting fed up by the taxes and by the overreach of the British government. And then they heard through a horseback courier about the gunshots in Lexington and Concord. And they said, we have had enough. And they put pen to paper and wrote a document that includes this beautiful phrase. It says in the Mecklenburg Declaration, we do hereby declare ourselves a free and independent people, are and of right ought to be a sovereign and self-governing association under the control of no power other than that of our God and the general government of the Congress. They put their names to paper, making them traitors. Their lives were on the line. And then Captain James Jack raised his hand and said, I'll carry it to Philadelphia. So he got on his horse on June the 1st and rode over 700 miles on horseback in the 1700s to deliver this document to North Carolina's representatives in the Continental Congress. They read it and said, well, this is nice, but I don't think it's the right time, because they really didn't have much of a spine at that time. Sound familiar? And then they gave it to the leadership, and the leadership said, don't know about this. And in fact, Thomas Jefferson said those ruffians in Carolina couldn't have written something this nice, because Thomas Jefferson thought that those in Virginia were the aristocracy of the South, and he did not think much of the Carolinians. Foolish, Mr. Jefferson, foolish. And so it got put aside into a pile of papers. In the meantime, we had a lot of other stuff to go on. In fact, April 12, 1776 happens, and if you want to know that one, that's the other date on the North Carolina flag. That's the Halifax Resolves, when the colony of North Carolina officially, as an entire colony, said, we have had enough. North Carolina has been full of patriots since day one. And what we know about this is that when the actual Declaration of Independence did come out, and it was all attributed to Thomas Jefferson, you should know he lifted big sections from the Meck Deck. And so, yes, Thomas Jefferson is a plagiarist, and yes, he did good things as a founding father, but I will not forget the history of my state and my area. In fact, where I'm sitting right now, Cabarrus County, used to be part of Mecklenburg County before the counties all finished dividing up. And I am a proud daughter of the American Revolution with many patriots in my bloodline from right in this area. I'll not forget where I came from, and I celebrate the bravery it took for them to put their names to paper back in 1775. Look up the Meck Deck. You want to read a great book, read Who's Your Founding Father? And another great one is a book about the aspersions of Mr. Jefferson from the 1800s. Learn your history, y'all, and don't always believe what you've always been told.